Thank you for tuning in. A lot of people are talking about a take that Billie Eilish made, the tweet talking about it getting over 100,000 likes. And so let me be clear. I don't care about Billie Eilish. I find her to be rather boring, but you don't have to agree with me on that. It's fine. Just being clear, I'm not covering this because of her. I'm covering it because the take got 100,000 plus likes. That I find to be rather interesting, particularly because the tweet, or rather the take, is just crazy. It's like a really, really, really bad take. And it got 100,000 plus likes. You'll see what I mean in a second. Let me show you the take. With 117,000 likes, Popbase says, Billie Eilish says, men don't face criticism about their bodies because girls are nice. And this full quote, nobody ever says a thing about men's bodies. If you're muscular, cool. If you're not, cool. If you're rail thin, cool. If you have a dad bod, cool. If you're pudgy, love it. Everybody's happy with it. You know why? Because girls are nice. They don't care because we see people for who they are. There's so much wrong with that take, I don't even know where to start. Like, I literally don't know where to start. Every sentence there could be refuted in so many ways. You know what? Let's take that approach. We'll break it down sentence by sentence. Nobody ever says a thing about men's bodies. Well, we know that's not true. How does she even think that's true? That's crazy. By the way, isn't this her?
Prom? Ew. It's where the most beautiful girls get asked by the worst dudes to prom, and they're like, yeah, because they finally found someone that likes them. Why is every pretty girl with a horrible looking man? I don't understand. Listen, I'm not shaming people for their looks, but I am, though.
What the heck was that? What the heck? I don't even know if I need to comment anything else on the rest of this now because of that clip, to be quite frank. I mean, what more could I possibly say about this that she herself doesn't directly contradict it? And her take is also bad towards women too, because there's plenty of women who have faced completely unjust hate from other women. Like, sometimes other women will just treat other innocent women terribly, do terrible things to them, say terrible things to them. And her take is also minimizing that too. So it's just all around bad for so many reasons. But I pretty much made my points. I could say more, but let's see what other people are saying about this. Response with 31,000 likes saying, this is false and a little tone deaf. A lot of people go through criticism, both as men and female, and every experience is valid. Yet that take itself actually got some people upset. For example, this response saying, regarding women as female is derogatory and I really hope you'll stop being a bigot. Maybe that's a joke, not sure. But then you got a bunch of other responses that get really defensive about that take, as you can see here. For example, this one with 1,200 likes saying, okay, yeah, but if a woman gains weight, it's on the news with pregnancy rumors, and if a man does, it's crickets. So it may be true that that sort of coverage happens more frequently to women than men, but there's a couple important things to take note of. One, the demographics of viewership for that sort of content being Hollywood gossip, celebrity, drama news, that sort of stuff, right? Like, oh, that celebrity broke up with that celebrity, or that celebrity gained a little bit of weight. Most of the people watching that sort of stuff are women, not men. And two, saying that men never get coverage, like negative coverage of their bodies, it's like crickets was the word of that tweet, I believe, is also not true. Recent example of that was Keanu Reeves, where he was on a vacation, had his shirt off on a boat, and then there were articles saying he's like looking out of shape with his dad bod or something of the sort. A lot of the responses to that tweet are so mad, like this one. Your comment is way more tone deaf. You wouldn't last a day as a woman. But fair point, I suppose, on the people saying that like the phrasing was weird, men and female. Okay, probably would be better if he said male and female or men and women. But moving on. Here's a response seemingly disagreeing with Billie from seemingly a fan of Billie's. Let's see what it says. I love Billie, but men receive criticism all the time for their bodies. If a guy is too fat, too short, or whatever, they are criticized by both men and women. I'm not going to sit here and say it's as bad as what women have experienced for decades, because that would be an obvious lie and a false equivalence. But men develop body insecurities all the time because of unrealistic attractiveness standards made by society. It's just not as socially acceptable for men to speak up about it compared to when women speak up about it. Someone responds to that saying, very, very true. I feel her statements are outdated and show her lack of experience in the world. And then the OP of that take saying, she's only 21, so I'll cut her some slack. And this other person says, nah, I'm 15 and knew this. I gotta say, I lean more towards that take being the better one here. 21 is plenty old enough to know that her take is bad. Plus, given what she has said herself about people's bodies in the past, she automatically knows that she's talking nonsense. So yeah, not really a good excuse. Other responses to Pop Base's initial tweet with the quote include, "Girls are nice. I did not get that memo in high school," she says at the top. And then we got right below that, "I totally disagree because short guys face a lot of it." Then we already read that one. And another one similarly, it seems, saying, "Girls are nice. Ma'am, there's an entire movie about how mean girls are. You can't sit with us." And we got a whole generation of men with serious body issues in the gym constantly. So saying this is kinda bull. Right below that, conversely, "She's real as heck," and men are always quick to comment on a woman's body. Yet that person has a history of doing the exact same thing. Let's check out some of the quote tweets. At the very top, Possum Reviews with 44,000 likes says, "She also believed a box of cereal cost $30. That's how out of touch she is." Is that true? Actually, you know what? She might not be that out of touch. With today's economy, we're headed that direction. But anyways, I was still curious about that story. Turns out it is apparently true. TLDR of the news. She bought like 70 boxes of cereal for $35, but when she made the purchase, she thought one box was $35. She didn't realize she was buying 70. So it's basically true. She says she didn't know what things cost because she'd never been an adult before, and says she grew up with no money. But plenty of sources say she comes from a rich family with like a net worth of $12 million. So X to doubt on that one. Plus, I can tell you, because I grew up poor at times. When things were good, we were arguably like low middle class, I guess, but plenty of times things were very, very bad and like straight poor. So much so that we couldn't afford food at times. And I could tell you, growing up like that, you absolutely know what things cost because you barely have any money to spend on it all. You have to know what things cost because, like I said, you're pinching pennies constantly. Scrolling right along, we got Takuma saying, "This information has revealed that Billy has never interacted with women behind closed doors." Then we got Comic Lover Marie saying, "Now that's a freaking lie." You got Papa Meat saying, "Oof, gotta disagree on that take today, lol." And then you got this Ford person saying, "Considering there are men out there who literally damage their legs just to be taller, or those who abuse steroids just to look physically fit, men definitely do get trashed on for how they look, just for different reasons than women." By the way, can we check Jack Hanma off for both of those? Like, both those things? The surgery and the steroids. What else we got here? Griffith posts this meme. And then, this person says they get what she's trying to say. Okay, what's this one? "I get what she's trying to say, and I get why one would feel that way. But you don't get subcultures of young guys trying to height max or analyze their cantle tilts in the void. I've been bullied for my body by kids at school and some of my own family members to the point where I starved myself and purged into the toilet after eating. But I wouldn't expect a spoiled, rich, homeschooled celebrity to understand that." Is this true when we consider how many women talk about short men? And then there's nasty people everywhere who will belittle others because of how they look. We gotta stop making big generalizations like this when everyone has their own experiences and struggles. All right, that's enough of that. Let me know what you think about the take, as always. Thank you for your time. And let me know what you think about the take getting 118,000 likes. Because again, that's a big part of this video, is the likes that take got. So yeah, I will see you in the comments and in the next segment. Thanks for tuning in.